Hi everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to the channel, or welcome back to the channel if this is your first time watching. So today we're going to be doing another Lovestruck build in the new world, and we're going to be doing yet another penthouse build because I'm actually really enjoying building on these penthouse lots that we got with the new pack, and I really wanted to do something else. Now so far I've only done residential builds on the penthouses. I've done a single household penthouse basically when I had early access, and then I also did a residential rental as well the other day that is basically kind of like an apartment building on top of a penthouse, if that makes sense. So there's like 3 apartments and I have families living in them for my save file and all of that stuff. But I haven't done any community lots on any of the penthouse lots yet, and I really wanted to do that for my save especially. So I decided that today we're going to be building on the 20 by 20 penthouse, and we're actually going to be building a little restaurant bistro cafe type of build. So I wanted this build to be as versatile as I could with, you know, the lot type that it could be. And if you haven't seen any of my other save file videos or like builds for my save or anything like that, especially the community lots, I usually tend to try and make community lots as like multi-purpose as I can. So even though we don't technically have multi-purpose lots in like the game itself, I kind of try and make my community lots as versatile as possible so that you could go in and change up the lot type to kind of like fit whatever you want to do with gameplay. So if you want to play it as a spa, you can do that, or if you want to play it as a cafe, you can do that. So I want to do that because it helps to not make the amount of lots in this world as like restrictive. I feel like you can do a little bit more that way when you're actually in gameplay, and you don't have to place a completely new lot. You can just go in and change the lot type, and new like workers and NPCs and stuff will show up. So yeah, I usually try and do that with my like community lots especially. So for this one, because there is only 2 penthouse lots in this new world, and I already have one that's a residential rental for my save, I wanted to do something community related for this one. And mostly just because I don't really like having Sims live in penthouses, because I don't know, it feels weird. It just, gameplay wise, it's always a little bit odd when they don't have like a proper front door. They like, everyone spawns from the elevator, and it's weird to me. And if I have Sims living in penthouses, I feel like they need to have huge penthouses, like they need to be stupidly rich. So for that, the penthouses in San Myshuno are a little bit better because they're bigger. And also, I really just wanted to do a community lot on a penthouse, so I thought I might as well do it for my save. So yeah, we're going to be building a lot or a build that can function as both a restaurant and as a cafe. And just as a little added bonus, when I was doing the outdoor furnishing, I actually added a bar, and I thought, you know what, I might as well make this usable as a bar lot as well. So there are a couple of music stereos around. I chose the like community lot speakers that, you know, play a set genre of music. And I think I went with R&B for this one. I could be wrong. I could be remembering wrong, but I think that's what I did. Obviously, you can swap out those speakers for whatever other genre of music, or ones that, you know, you can pick what it plays or whatever. But yeah, so there is a bar outside, or there's going to be a bar outside. And then to just make sure that I fulfilled all of the bar lot requirements, they want you to have a TV on a bar lot. And I didn't want to have a TV in the actual like build, so I just hid one where I placed the elevators. I just put a small TV down on the ground in that little box so that Sims wouldn't be tempted to go and use it and they couldn't access it. So yeah, it's kind of just hidden away. I do that quite a lot with builds when I'm building on like a regular lot or like on the ground, and I'll put whatever like requirements you need for the lot that I don't want to add into the actual build. I'll put those requirements like in a basement or something so that Sims like can't use it and it won't like affect gameplay, but it will still count towards the lot requirement. So yeah, for this one I just put it in with the elevator because it's out of the way and you barely even see it as well. So yeah, we have that over there, so it can work as a bar, but in my main idea for it was that it would function as a cafe and as a restaurant. Now I absolutely love the way it turned out. I do have the kitchen inside, and it's kind of like an open kitchen so people can see what's going on in the kitchen, and you will have already seen me place down the like cafe counter and kind of lay all of that out just so that I could get a feel for, you know, where things were going to go and all of that stuff. And then they do have access from the kitchen to the outside as well and from the inside. But then we also have a second floor on this, which is actually just all bathrooms. I didn't want to put any extra dining space upstairs because I feel like there's more than enough, like both outside and inside. There are a couple of tables inside. I think there's maybe 6 tables inside. There's one really big table and then a couple of smaller ones. And then outside there's also a bunch of tables. So I do have some of them like undercover, like under that like kind of awning thing that I built, where I used the Island Living like glass floor pieces so that it would be see-through, but it would technically still be covered. If, you know, it starts to rain or something like that, then they can sit there without getting wet. And we will have a couple of like extra like umbrella tables around as well. And then you might have seen the grass patch out the back where I put down those like fake grass, like astroturf flooring. And I did that because I thought maybe this lot has a little community garden space. So I don't know if they would have it set up so that like Sims that come here could, you know, sit in the garden or tend to the garden or whatever. Or if it's just, you know, for this business, maybe they grow a lot of their own like produce and things that they use. So I put a couple of planters out there, and then I put a lot of like actual fruit and vegetable plants in the planters and have them like grown and stuff, so that when you download this, it will come with those plants. Obviously, you can swap them out if you wanted to. You can remove the whole community garden space as a whole if that's something that you wanted to do and turn that into more seating. But I really like the idea of having some greenery out there, and I feel like it kind of fit with the vibe of this place. So yeah, we've currently moved on to the interior and we're starting off with the bathrooms. I kept them fairly simple. So as you come up the stairs, you have a little entryway, and then you go through some doors, you have all of the sinks, and then through the archway I'll have all of the bathroom stalls as well. So yeah, it's a fairly big bathroom considering how small the rest of the space is. But I kind of liked it, and like I said, I didn't want to put more seating up here, so I didn't want to make it even smaller and like have extra space to fill and all of that stuff. So I thought that this would be nice for gameplay. So there's a lot of bathroom space, and I like the way it looks. So yeah, I decided to keep it in the video as well. So yeah, usually I would cut out bathrooms, but I kind of wanted to show off this one. Usually I don't do bathrooms this big for community lots unless it's like a really big community lot. But yeah, I like the way this one turned out, so I thought I would keep it in. And then the next thing that we're going to be working on, I think, is going to be this little entryway, but then the downstairs dining space. Now I did put down a lot of these like signs everywhere, so like these letters or something. In my head, this would maybe be the name of the cafe or like the cafe logo or something like that, like that name. That's why I also have it out on the front of the building as well. But I put a lot of those like name kind of like logos all over the place, just as a little bit of like maybe it's their branding or whatever, and they also use it as kind of like a little artwork display or something like that with those flowers underneath. I felt like that could be maybe part of their logo, or maybe it's just something that, you know, feeds into their whole brand idea. I don't know. I just like the way it looked. I like that decal from the new pack. So yeah, we're using it everywhere. I use it there. I use it upstairs in the little entryway. I use it in the bathroom. I even use that letter thing from Dine Out in the kitchen as well. So yeah, it's everywhere. But something else that I wanted to mention, and this is something that is kind of weird and annoying, and I'll probably suck at explaining it, but it's something that I noticed when I moved this build from my building save where I built it, uploaded it to the gallery, and then placed it down in my save file, is that when I placed it down off of the gallery, it actually deleted a lot of the outside things. And I don't know why that is, because I placed it with move objects on, all of that stuff, but it didn't delete any of the items really. It deleted a lot of the things like right on the edge of the lot. So the signage on the wall on the outside, the signage with that big like fork, knife and fork plaque thing, and then the name of the place, it deleted that for some weird reason. Although it's not really weird, because I know on penthouses the game can be a little bit finicky with placing stuff on the outside of the walls if you're building right up to the edge of the lot. So I kind of expected that, but it's still annoying. But yeah, so it deleted that. It deleted the billboard that I have on the side of the lot as well, on the side of the building. It deleted that billboard. It also deleted the flooring pieces for some reason that I used from Island Living to make that little awning thing. It deleted all of those flooring pieces as well as the fences, which was really strange to me because they aren't on the edge of the lot, or at least not all of them are. So that was really weird. So when I placed it down in my save, I had to replace all of those things. And it also, like off camera, I actually add some like greenery and vines and stuff like that to the top of those flooring pieces, just to make it feel like there is a little bit of cover from the sun. So there's like plants growing up it and like over it, so it is a little bit more like protected, I guess you would say, from the sun. So I did that off camera, and when I placed it down in my save, all of those plants had disappeared as well, which was really strange because they show up on the gallery upload, but in my save, when I placed it down, they just disappeared. Now, I haven't tested this out again. I did like do it a little bit differently when I placed it in my save, so I changed up some of their placement and I changed up some of the other building stuff. So, and then I like saved it again to my gallery. Now, I haven't tested it like a second time to see if it still deletes everything. So yeah, I'm not sure. I will try and test it, but even if it still does that, I don't know what else I could do to stop it from doing that. So yeah, that is just a heads up. If you guys do end up downloading this from the gallery and those things are deleted, I'm expecting the things like the billboard and the sign to get deleted no matter what I do, because they are technically on the outside of the lot. They're technically on the wall that's right on the edge of the lot. So yeah, I'm expecting those to get deleted no matter what I do. So you will have to replace them if you download this build, or if you just, you know, want to be without them. They're not like integral to the build or anything like that. But yeah, that's just a little heads up. And then the floor pieces from Island Living, that's that like awning that I made, that is a little bit more annoying, but I think the way I did it the second time might have fixed the issue. So we'll have to see. I'll try and test it before I like upload the final version for you guys to download. But yeah, that's just something that I thought I should mention, just in case you end up downloading this and it looks a little bit different. That is just why. I don't know why the game is being weird. The game is always a little bit weird. So yeah, especially when you build on stuff like penthouse lots, it tends to get even weirder than normal. So yeah, that is just a little heads up for you guys. But we've actually moved on to the inside. We've moved on to the little dining space inside, where we have obviously, you know, the host station. We have the kitchen as well that we're working on right now with the, you know, place for the cook. We have the like coffee counter as well. And then we just have a nice little kitchen space. I did spend some time on the kitchen trying to make it look as nice as I possibly could, to make it feel like, you know, it's something that Sims wouldn't mind looking at, because it is an open kitchen. So I wanted to make it a little bit more decorated than I would usually do for my restaurants, because usually when I build restaurants, I have the kitchens like tucked away and like separated from everyone so they don't have to see it. So I don't tend to put as much detail into them, just because I feel like if you're playing on the lot, you're not going to spend a lot of time looking at the kitchen. It's mostly just supposed to be a functional space. But for this one, because it's all open, I wanted to make it like a nice thing to look at as well. So I did do some detailing and some cluttering, and I had a lot of fun with that actually. So yeah, we have a little kitchen space, we have the coffee counter, and then some seating. I wanted to make sure that I had a really big table, at least one of them in the build. I usually try and do that when I do like restaurant builds, because a lot of the times when I actually play with restaurants, I will have either a single couple, like not single couple, but like I'll have a couple going to a restaurant, or I will have them have it as like a big family affair. And usually, because I tend to play with a lot of family sims, like a lot of like extended family and stuff, those gatherings tend to be really, really big. So I always need at least like a 6-seater or an 8-seater table in any restaurant that I ever play in. So I wanted to make sure that I have a couple of them. So I have a couple of 6-seaters outside. Obviously we have a lot of like 4-seater tables and like couple tables, like 2-seaters. And then we have that big 8-seater table on the inside. And I did that because of, you know, basically just because of how I play. And I wanted to have it be as like versatile as possible, so that, you know, if you want to come here with a large family, you actually have the space to do it, and not, you know, have to have them all split up and sit at different tables and stuff like that. So yeah, we have that. And right now I'm kind of trying to think about where I could add in a bar, because that wasn't originally what I was planning to do. So I had to reconfigure some of the things outside, you know, make some of the tables a little bit smaller in like how many seats they have. And then I actually add in this new rounded bar that we got from the Lovestruck pack. And I did playtest it. Your Sims can get like behind it to work at the bar. Even though it looks like it's fairly close to the wall, they have more than enough space to route around behind it and get to the bar. So all of that works. And yeah, then I just add a little speaker outside. I add one inside as well, and then in the bathrooms as well. And they will actually all play the same song. So when you're loaded into the lot, because there is like 3 speakers, they won't all be like playing different songs, because that would be a nightmare on your ears. But they actually do all play the same song. I did test that, so yeah, don't have to worry about that. But like I said, if you wanted to swap it out for a different genre of music, or if you want to add the ones that, you know, you can add on residentials where you basically, it just works as a stereo, then, you know, obviously you can do that too. But yeah, we're adding a couple of, you know, colorful rugs on the inside. Not a lot of them, just one underneath the big table, and then underneath the podium for the check-in, and then right at the entryway. And then we're going to be finishing off some finishing touches on the outside. I add a couple of benches, and then I think that might be it. I think that's the last thing that I do on camera. All of the plants and stuff that I add to the roof, I do that off camera. So yeah, I think this is going to be the last little bit of the video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be going on into the game in just a second to take a look at the build, like all finished and all of that stuff, so you can see the finished thing, you know, with all of the stuff that I did off camera. But I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, stick around for the tour, and I'll see you in just a second. Okay, so here we are in the game, and I just wanted to show you guys what it would look like on the gallery. It's called the Jacaranda Bistro and Cafe. And it is uploaded as a restaurant, but like I said, you could have this work as a cafe as well. Now I did build it this way around because this is what the front of the lot is according to the gallery. But yeah, so this is what it looks like on the gallery if you want to go ahead and download it. And then this is the finished build in the game. So I absolutely love the way this turned out. I do feel like it does fit in with the surroundings. And if you turn that way, you can actually see the other penthouse build that I did. But yeah, so I do feel like it fits in with the building fairly well. I tried to keep the colors a little bit more muted on the outside to fit in with the building, but like it's very much something that's been added to the building. So yeah, when I was talking about in the voiceover about stuff disappearing, this is what I meant. So basically these signs will disappear because they are actually on the outside of the lot. These lights disappear as well. And then this like billboard and these pipes also disappear. The windows stay, but the billboard and the pipe disappears. And then the other things that disappeared were these canopy pieces that I added for some weird reason. So these pieces, like the glass floor pieces, and then these plants also all disappeared when I placed it down from the gallery again in my other save. I don't know what that was about, but I did like fix it and then upload a new version, or like save a new version with, you know, hopefully those things staying put. When, like I said, when you download it, these signs on the outside of the lot will probably still disappear. That's not something that I can fix. It's just the way the game works with penthouses, unfortunately, so you'll have to put those back. But hopefully at least the canopy area will be fixed and you won't have to worry about that. But yeah, this is the outside of the build. We have, you know, obviously a lot of outside seating. We have our little outdoor garden space with all of the plants that they could, you know, realistically they would use these like harvestables in the cooking in the place. So yeah, we have that. We have a lot of outdoor seating as well. Let me just go downstairs. So yeah, this is technically kind of like the front. So we have a little outdoor space, we have a lot of seating, we have some pretty trees and fairy lights. I did all of the fairy lights and stuff off camera, but yeah, we have some string lights, we have some of the new lights from the pack as well that I have up there, and then just a lot of outdoor seating. We have the bar, like I mentioned, with the speaker, and I did think, yeah, I did go with the R&B speaker, so that's the music that will be playing. Yeah, just a lot of seating, some of them undercover, some of them not, but I really like the way that outside space turned out. It's probably my favorite part of the build. But yeah, as you go inside, this is where you would, you know, come up and, you know, basically this is where Sims will spawn in, clearly, because I have this as a restaurant, and clearly a lot of people just randomly spawned in when I loaded the lot. But yeah, so this is where you would come in, like the entryway, you come up, you have a little host station. We do have some inside seating as well, so like some of the bigger tables and smaller tables, and then we have our kitchen space as well. So we have the cafe counter. I did playtest all of this, it all works. So yeah, we have a cafe counter, we have all of the stuff for the actual restaurant portion of it. Having a sink and a dishwasher is pointless because they don't need that for the restaurants, but I just added it for added realism basically. So yeah, we have those. And then going upstairs, we have our little entryway, and then we have our bathroom space as well. Oh yeah, another thing that disappeared randomly was this light. For some reason, I don't know why, it's on the inside of the build. The game is just weird sometimes. We'll move past that, I guess. But yeah, so we have the entry to the bathroom with the sinks, and then we just have all of the bathroom stalls. Very basic. But that is basically the whole build. It's not huge, like I said, but because I do have it uploaded as a restaurant, I actually gave it all of the, like, they all have, you know, custom, you know, outfits set up for the host, the waiters, all of that stuff. And then I also set up a whole custom menu as well. So we have all of the drinks and food and all of that stuff, all of the desserts and everything as well. So yeah, if you download this as a restaurant, it will come with all of those things already set. And then if you want to change it to a cafe, literally all you have to do is change it to a cafe and it works. So yeah, same with the bar. It has all of the requirements for a bar. So yeah, you can have it function as either of those 3 lot types. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this build. Like I said, it is up on the gallery. I'll have all of that gallery download stuff in the description as always. But yeah, with all of that said, I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, you know, give the video a like, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and turn on the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. Like I said, this build is up on the gallery. All of that information will be in the description. It's completely CC free as well. I didn't pack restrict it, unfortunately, because it is for my save, and I don't pack restrict builds for my save file. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, also the version on the gallery will have some things fixed that might be a little bit weird. But yeah, just keep an eye on that. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, hope you're having a great week and weekend, and I will talk to you all in my very next video. Bye everyone.